We're in high spirits 'cause we're gathered here. We're in high spirits, I'm feeling clear. We're in high spirits all through the day, letting Spirit lead the way. We're in high spirits as we gather around. We're in high spirits making joyful sounds. Come together, let us hear. We're in high spirits right here. We're in high spirits and we're gathered here.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you here. I am Steve Cleverly. I am your prayer chaplain today and also one of the board members, and glad to see you. If we could just kind of settle in and close our eyes if you're comfortable, breathe, get yourself centered in that space where the light of God shines in you. And let's prepare ourselves for today's service. The light of the world shines within me, outside me, all around me. I reflect the light in my innermost thoughts, as well as my outermost actions. Every day, every good comes my way. I am freed from being out of rhythm with my divine identity. From the one source comes the vision, the energy to bring forth the vision, and the harmony of this manifested vision with all of creation. This is the foundation from which I take my next step. And I release these words out into the universe as truth, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. Well, I'm Reverend Gary Kanye, and it's my delight to welcome you. Unity is a spiritual community that fosters personal transformation for healing, for wholeness, and for that intimate connection with the divine. We do this through affirmative prayer and meditation that opens us to realize our oneness with God. Now, we honor the light in all religious and spiritual traditions. We'll just clear that mouth out, because we know that that light shining through every stained glass window, through every mosque dome, through every cathedral or temple or church tent, is the same light shining in us, and we call that light God. Now, we know that what we experience is based on what we believe, what we can imagine, and what we say. And when we say that with gusto, it ignites a powerful force in the universe. So let's say this great truth with gusto together. There is only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And so it is. And with that, I'm asking you to take your phones, your smart watches, send them into the silence as they get their messages as we get ours. And I'd like to invite Steve Cleverly back up to guide us in the daily word.
Okay, the word for today is comfort. And if you can repeat with me the affirmation for it. The love in my heart is my comfort. One more time. The love in my heart is my comfort. If the sadness of loss diminishes my joy as I think of happy experiences with loved ones who are no longer with me, I remember that the love we shared will bind us together always. Love can never die. Love, the most beautiful attribute of God, is present always and everywhere. I am comforted as my heart opens to the divine love within me, knowing that the same love enfolds all of those I hold dear. no matter where they are on the eternal journey of life. Peace and strength grow in my awareness as I open myself to love's expression. I bless everyone who comes to mind today with a loving thought. I speak a loving word or perform a simple act of kindness wherever I can. As I bring comfort to others, I am comforted also. And from Psalm 119, verse 76, let your steadfast love become my comfort according to your promise to your servant. And we can do the affirmation one more time, please. The love in my heart is my comfort. Thank you.
We have a beautiful vision that we've collectively created, and it's how we do our lives in play, in work, in relaxation. Let's read this vision together. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And for that awakening, we use our core values. And today's core value is unity. Let's read this affirmation together. In my unity with God, all things are possible. Thank you, God.
Okay, and just to remind you of our updated safety protocol, if you are fully vaccinated with booster, masks are optional inside. If you're vaccinated without a booster, we are requesting that you do wear a mask inside. And we have brought back the ever-famous hugging and handshakes are there. That's a Kodak moment.
I love that.
Yeah. Non-vaccinated, we're asked that you, if you would, sit in the sanctuary in the back and wear a mask. And Sunday school, masks are optional.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have a successful food drive that's been going on for months now. Keep bringing those non-perishable foods to the church. We have the food bank barrel right there. It's wonderful how we can take so much to the food bank and help those in need. So thank you for participation. Let's keep that food drive alive. Thank you.
Okay, today our monthly board meeting will be held in the Gratitude and Prosperity Room between 12:30 and 2:30, and all of you are invited. It is an open meeting for observation to see what we do and how we do it, and we would welcome that opportunity to share that with you.
Beautiful. Now, Memorial Day weekend marks an auspicious time for us in New Braunfels. Things start to get busy. It's the start of the summer season, which means we have to relax and allow people who are not used to driving our roads, and that we know what that's like. We live here. But it's also a very important weekend of acknowledgement, of remembrance, Memorial Day. And I want us to take a moment. We, each of us, have in our relationships, our family, our neighbors, our friends, who have given their lives to service to this country. Let's take a moment, bring those to mind. And what I want us to do is to shine the highest light and love, the highest light and love for all these remember for this moment in silence. In this moment, we honor with loving light all those who've served. We remember. Thank you. And this song is appropriate to that remembrance. The beautiful song by Janet Bowser Manning, I am free, I am unlimited. So let's stand if we're able, and let's sing out these important words.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. Let's sing that with a little more gusto. Same song, but as if you meant it, okay? I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now.
And I love that we're on a great spiritual journey this summer. We are aligned with this beautiful booklet, Living Abundantly, Embrace Your Unlimited Good. There are copies of this on the welcome table if you haven't got one yet. Now, today is Step Out in Faith. We, as Unity people of Truth students, we know how important faith is to our journey. But how many of you thought of it as part of your abundance? Well, that's what we're going to explore today. And we do it because, well, we're living abundantly. This booklet is our guide as we go through these summer talks. And Reverend Karen Ronstead is a contemporary of mine. She has an alternate ministry in North Carolina. She's a beautiful woman. And this is also in your bulletin, in the points to ponder, so you can go back and reflect it or just open it in the book. She says here, we all have times when we're deeply changed because we said yes. And that we took the first step in faith. Faith allows us to spread our wings and fly. There is little in life that has brought greater joy or stretched me in new ways than that of my life as a minister. The greatest joys of life sometimes found in the unknown, in the possibilities, in the pure potential of what is yet to be seen. I know that leaping boldly and courageously into the next exquisite adventure of life is yet another invitation to step out in faith. And I can hardly wait to see what happens next when I step out in faith. This is so valuable because, as we know, life is a journey. Life's full of all kinds of experiences. the joys, the sorrows, the challenges, the great successes. And life is also, although I haven't experienced for quite a while, times when things are a little neutral or boring. Anybody been bored recently? It doesn't happen very much for me, but the human journey is full of all of our life experience. So when we're in our life and we're ready and open to something new, when we're identified a new path, a new career, a new home, a new way of being, maybe more peaceful, more serene, more loving, more open, it might require a change in how we are approaching our life. And that's what we're kind of looking at here. I want to continue with this great wisdom from Dr. H. Emily Cady. She wrote Lessons in Truth. Emily Cady was a doctor in New York in the 1800s. I think that is just amazing. So this is obviously a very intelligent woman and someone who is really tapped into truth. Here she says, faith does not depend on physical facts or on the evidence of the senses, because it is born of intuition or the spirit of truth, ever living at the center of our being. So faith doesn't have anything to do with what is in the physical. Faith doesn't depend upon what we smell or see or hear, touch or taste. Faith, as Charles Fillmore says, is the perceiving power of the mind to shape substance. It's what comes before the manifestation. And what Emily Cady is guiding us here is to turn to the center of being, to listen for that guidance. It's powerful, and it's part of our knowing as true students to identify that voice within. And it requires us to create, establish, and maintain a conversational, relatable connection with the God of our understanding, with our Christ consciousness, with that principle, with that source. We need to be in relationship. Otherwise, how are we going to hear the intuition? That spirit of truth is always within us. Now, this is in the Bible as well. This is Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. Our master teacher, Jesus, says, Jesus told them, because your lack of faith, I tell all of you with certainty, if you have faith like the grain of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. And nothing will be impossible for you. Now, on one side, we might say this is a huge claim. A teeny bit of faith and I can move a mountain. Well, mountains move easily. In fact, I want to share with you that when I got my master's in spirituality at Holland Ames University, Matthew Fox's program, I took a class with a quantum physicist named Brian Swim. The class was The Cosmos' Primary Revelation. And in that class, my brain was blown away every single class session. And one of those experiences, Brian explained that geologically, from the Big Bang creation to now, mountains happen very late arrival in that creation. And what happens is mountains rise, erode away, and a new mountain comes up. And erodes away, and a new mountain comes up. And a new mountain, they erode. And so if you look at mountains on the scale of geological evolution, mountains gallop across the landscape. Mountains galloping. It's true. Having lived in Hawaii for 20 years, the Hawaiian archipelago goes all the way to Midway. And there are many little atolls that used to be huge mountains that eroded away. And then the hot spot moved and another one came up. And in the Hawaiian Islands, we know Kauai is the oldest of those, and it will be eroding away. And by the time the new one that's growing, that's just south of the Big Island, Loihi, the new island, by the time that breaks ground and you can have prime beachfront property on a brand new Hawaiian island, Kauai will be long gone. Mountains move. But I would say it's much harder to move my unforgiveness. It's much harder to release my sense of lack or separation to God than moving a mountain. And we have a choice. We have a choice to make of where we're going to focus our energy. If you want to move a mountain, you can move a mountain. But if you want to move yourself from fear to love, some say it's the longest journey we're going to take and the best one we can take. It's lack of faith. I'd say it's the lack of connection to the faith we have, because we have all the faith we're ever going to get. It's just turning on our faith. Let's explore this further. So, co-founder Charles Fillmore, this is beautiful. Whatever you form in your mind and have faith in will become substantial, will manifest. Then you should be on guard as regards to what you put your faith in. Yeah. Because what you plant is what you reap. If you plant a little fear, a little judgment, you're going to reap judgment and fear. If you plant love, you're going to get love. If you plant an idea of advancement, like, let's say, unconditional peace on earth. Big one, yes? Achievable, yes. And what it requires is stepping out in faith. And we don't know how, we do not have to know how to achieve world peace. All we need to do is let our faith, even a mustard seed amount of faith, be aligned in that idea. And then we allow that peace to work in us. Because if we're truly holding an image of pure, unconditional peace globally, then where does it start? Right here. We've got our work to do. We've got stuff to do to be peace, to own peace, to drink peace, to feel peace, to allow peace. And if we have no idea what to do, all we need to do is go within and ask, what's next for me that I can do to birth peace now? And it's given. We'll be given exactly what we need. It might be making a call. It might be serving others. It might be, who knows? It might be stick your head in the closet and breathe 10 times. Peace isn't for the meek and mild of heart. It's for the most courageous heart that there is. And this brings us to this beautiful wisdom from Martha Smock, who's written many books. I love Martha. She was the head of Daily Word for many years. And here she says, to have faith is to be willing to work, to be willing to give your time and energy to accomplish that which needs to be done. Faith is the working power of the Word. So if we're going to live abundantly, if we're going to embrace our unlimited good, it only happens by us choosing it. That's why I said in our Memorial Day remembrance, let's hold all those we know in love and light. Not in sorrow or pain or regret. We've got plenty of that. More love, more light. Because I believe that will align with my desire for peace. And that doesn't mean I'm wrong because I get angry, or wrong because I yell, or wrong because I have a fit. And believe me, I get angry. I'm wrong quite a bit. And sometimes I have fits. Ask Owen. There's a fit in the kitchen. We each have. And it doesn't have, yours may not be peace. Yours might be relationship with your family. It might be right work. It could be any aspect of your, it could be enlightened retirement. Whatever ours to be and have. And as true students, we get to decide what we're going to focus on, what we're going to put our energy on. Because Charles Filmer reminded us that whatever we hold in mind and faith will be. So, what are we going to put our energy into? What are we opening ourselves to be available for? It could be just, I want to get to the end of the day and be grateful for that day. It doesn't have to be a great big thing. Oh Lord, keep me awake for the next hour. Because sometimes we get a little sleepy. It's ours. And this is why I'm excited about this journey, that if you choose to align with me in this living abundantly, we can bring in all these aspects of our journey to realize that we are right where we're supposed to be. The right time with the right people right now. And that's stepping out in faith. Thank you. So set everything aside, and if you're comfortable closing your eyes, just breathe and allow Rudy's music to help settle to be present now.
I am open and willing to allow the Christ to express in me, through me, as me. I am open and willing to allow the Christ to express in me, through me, as me. I am open and willing. I am open and willing. I am. I am open and willing.
And as we embrace that I am, we find in this moment we are open and willing and available right now. And in the calm serenity of letting go of everything before this moment, setting aside all that's to be done later today, we find ourselves available, open, and willing. Perhaps a mustard seed of willingness. Allowing even a crack of light is an opening to the lavish grace of God. Our Christ consciousness, the peace beyond all understanding. Let's turn within. Let's listen. What is my next step as we now enter this time in the silence? It is delightful that we can have these moments to commune with the God of our understanding, to have a conversation and listen. we truly are blessed. And in this, we are grateful for this day, and we take what we've received in this meditation and allow it to be our guide through the rest of this day. Let's bring our attention back into the room. We might wiggle our fingers or wiggle our toes or roll our head. And when we're ready, we open our eyes, and then we'll say the affirmation that goes with today's talk 3 times together. Together? I step out with faith and achieve my highest good. I step out with faith and achieve my highest good. I step out in faith and achieve my highest good. And so it is. And with that, we'll read this Lord's Prayer. The disciples went to Jesus and said, teach us how to pray. And his natural language was Aramaic, and this is a prayer that he shared. Now, this is a version of this prayer directly translated from Jesus' language of Aramaic. Together. Father, Mother, birther, and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire flows through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment. Untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. For age to age from you comes the glorious harmony of life. May these words be fertile ground from which our future grows. Amen. And with that, we have this special music with Rudy Hars, his song, Step Out in Faith.
It's time to step up, step out in faith. It's time to step up, step out in faith. It's time to step up, step out in faith. Don't you know that the time has come? Don't you know that the time has come to decide which direction you want to turn? Will you live in fear and try to hide, or trust in life and learn? It's time to step up, step out in faith. Sing with me. Step up, step out in faith. Won't you step up, step out in faith? Don't you know that the time has come? For the time to choose is coming. It's coming soon, for the tide of change is rising and everything will be ruined. But you and I are called upon to take a bigger view, to remember that the light of love will always see us through. Help me affirm it. It's time to step up, step out in faith. It's time to step up, step out in faith. It's time to step up, step out in faith. Don't you know that the time has come? Don't you know that the time has come to decide which direction you want to face? Will you run in fear and try to hide, or trust in amazing grace? I know what my choice is. How about you? 1, 2, 3. It's time we step up, step out. It's time we step up, step out in faith. It's time we step up, step out in faith. Don't you know that the time, don't you know that the time, don't you know that the time has come?
What a blessing. Do we have any newcomers today? I don't see anyone new. So, what a blessing to have us here. And we do want to welcome all our online viewers. Turn around, give a wave, blow a kiss, say howdy. We're so grateful that our online community is joining us. Now, people are right now watching the live stream, but we also have people who see us later today or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, because people can be spiritually fed when they want to. So, blessings to all y'all. And now is this time in our service where we can choose what it is we're going to give. It can be the gift of a love offering or a tithe. It could be the gift of your gratitude or your prayer for this community or the world. Set the intention of what you're going to give right now as we say this offering affirmation together. I am one with the opulence of God. I am now in the flow of infinite abundance, and I give thanks for the prosperity that is mine by divine right. And so with that, we're going to do our walk of abundance. Now, those of you online, you can put your smartphone up to this QR code, and it takes you right to our donate button on our website. But for us here in the sanctuary, we come forward, we place our love offering, our tithe, our card from the pew rack. I'm an electronic giver. We fill the bowl with our gratitude, with our prayers, with our acknowledgement that love and light is. Let's fill this copper bowl with a lot of love. And then, from the wooden bowl, take an affirmation for yourself. Go ahead and take an extra affirmation to give to someone later this week that you didn't even know who you're getting that for right now. But let's celebrate with that walk of abundance. We bless these gifts, these prayers, this gratitude, these offerings as seeds to grow our ministry in our ability to do what is ours to do our mission, our vision, and allow these to continue to grow and actualize into a great expression of love in the world. We also bring our attention to the prayers in our prayer box in the foyer. And any prayer right now that rests on your heart, know that every prayer request is attended to by God even before we've asked it. God brings forth the highest good in each situation because that's all God can do. And so we see lavish abundance, vitality, health, and wholeness, peace, serenity, and renewal, and answers to unanswered questions. We're grateful, God. We are so grateful, and we say thank you. Amen.
Again, my name is Stephen Cleverly, and I am honored and privileged to be your prayer chaplain on duty today. So if you have prayer that you would like me to help share with you, I will be down in one of the front pews after service for you.
Thank you, Steve. Tim Anderson had a great idea. He makes jewelry with arrowheads and widow's mite and pirate coins, and they're a basket full of these necklaces. He wants to do something for the relief in Ukraine. And UNICEFUSA.org is right now attending to children in Ukraine. So you can choose any necklaces, take them from the basket, and just commit to making a donation to UNICEFUSA.org. It's a beautiful idea. You can take part if you'd like.
New Braunfels Pride Day will be taking place on June 11th at the Comal County Fairgrounds from 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And we will be having a booth there. We will be participating, and we're looking for volunteers to help with prayer flag making, snacks, and information about us. We hope to see you there.
I'll be there all day. It's a beautiful celebration, lots of good people, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, the first Sunday of every month is game night. And the first Sunday of June, June 6th, is my birthday. Thank you. I arrive at that grand age of 65. I've been waiting my whole life to be 65. I'm so grateful. And I love game night. You know this because anytime I announce game night, I get all excited. It's like a vacation day for me. So what a perfect venue to celebrate my birthday. So we're going to start at 6 o'clock. It's here in the foyer. We're going to do potluck dinner. Just bring something to eat. I will provide the dessert. I love pie. I love fruit pie a la mode. That's my birthday cake. So I will provide the birthday pie and ice cream. If you don't want pie and ice cream and you want some other kind of dessert, you can bring your chocolate bar, your vanilla wafers, or whatever. But that will be available. And then we'll play games. We'll laugh. We'll have fun. Come join if you can, and we'll celebrate. Okay, I'll do this too. So in your bulletin, there's a form. There's a feedback form for Rudy. Rudy is the third of 3 people who are applying for a music director position. Please evaluate and give your evaluation. So there's a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is, I didn't like it at all. And 10 is, I liked it. In fact, I loved it. So just pick your scale there. And then on the form, you don't try to get it in the lines or anything. Just write whatever comments, things you want to say about your experience today. Fill it out and place it in the basket that's on the pew just as you're exiting. Please do that right after the service. And also on that pew, there's book and CDs by Rudy that you can buy and sign up for, and so that's good too. So please fill this out, and we're going to have a difficult decision ahead of us. It's really good. So blessings.
Okay, sacred service opportunities. And we have a couple of them that we're looking for. A facilities coordinator. This is somebody that isn't going to be doing all the work, but will help coordinate the jobs and the tasks that need to keep our campus up and healthy. So we're looking for somebody with that kind of organizational skill to be able to help us out with that. And in Family Promise, we're taking a different approach to it. We've broken it down into 3 teams, and we're looking for a team leader in each of the areas. One is for setup and takedown. The other is for the meal and the food for the families that are here. And then the third one is for coordinating the people that are going to be staying overnight with our families here. It's a wonderful thing, and we do this, like 3 or 4 times a year maybe. And it's 12 churches in the community share this. So it's not something that is going to require a monumental amount of time on a regular basis, just that we would need to, when it's our turn, we need to have you step up and take care of these. It's a wonderful, wonderful, rewarding way for sacred service to not only us, but to the community. Big time for the community.
It sure is. And our next Family Promise is that last week of August that goes into September. So half in August, half in September, that last week. And we'll have our families, so it's beautiful. Excuse me. The last Sunday of the month, I remind you that the first Sunday of the month, we do an extra collection for our Focus Fund. This is how we created our Prudent Reserve, how we drew funds for our air conditioners, and now we're focusing on indoor renewal, carpeting and painting and stuff. So consider that for next Sunday. And now, special music with Rudy Hart, Step on It by Rudy, and what a blessing.
Here we are, feeling fine, full of faith, having a real good time, living life in a state of grace as we step on up into a higher place. Come on, step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place where you can be uptight or just hang loose. Either way, you know you're free to choose. No need to struggle through the human race. Just step on up into a higher place. Come on and step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. A little bit higher. Well, as we live on purpose and follow our dreams, life is so much more than it seems. And trust your life is filled with grace. And step on up into a higher place. Come on and step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. A little bit higher, living on purpose and following dreams. Life is so much more than it seems. Trust your life is filled with grace. And step on up into a higher place. Come on and step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Well, as you step up higher and start to soar, finding out life is so much more. Got lots of lifetimes to learn together. So goodbye for now and hello forever. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a... One more time, we're going to step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place.
Thank you, Rudy. Well, we want to thank our live stream viewers and online viewers. We bless you as you go forward and step out in faith and embrace all that life is.